I'm a siren in your sea. Swim to me. You don't have to break on the rocks anymore.
Hi. So I was talking about how I was training all the time. I was a competitive dancer when I was a child, starting at 11 years old. I was dieting very hard. This eventually became a big problem in my life. This dieting thing and weight control, and but it was part of the discipline, and everybody did it. My peers that were also competitive dancers, we all controlled our weight. And I had injuries. I was stretching all the time and pushing myself harder and harder, and I tore my groin muscle. That was at 12 or 13 years old, and it was a very painful injury, and it took about literally 10 years to heal fully. But I learned to push through pain. I learned to push through pain, and I learned to not worry about happiness at that point. Happiness was something that I always told myself would come later in my life. Happiness was something that I would eventually get to after I achieved all of my goals. So, knowing this, I was about 17 years old, and I got into acting, and my drama coach in my high school gave me a monologue to do, and it was a very heavy subject. It was about a suicidal person who had actually attempted suicide, and I went into my first acting competition, and I did this monologue in front of a panel of about 20 judges, and I won. I won the competition. It was a very disturbing and very dark monologue, and it was something that was completely different than everybody else was doing. This kind of drama, this kind of intense drama and intensity. And because I won that competition, I qualified for the finals in New York City. So my dad took me to New York City. I was 17, and I had to perform this monologue in front of even more judges, maybe 25 to 30 judges, and these were all agents and managers looking for new talent. And I won that competition in New York City. I won the finals as well. And from that, I got a manager. And this manager got me my agent in Chicago, where I lived. So I had a manager and I had an agent. And then I started auditioning, mostly for commercial work. And that was the beginning of what I thought I wanted to do, was an acting career. So that was the beginning of my acting days.